Be making split pea soup. This recipe that I'm making the soup from is found in the 1796 book called American Cookery. Uh, it's America's first cookbook. It was made by a woman named Amelia Simmons. It was made a little like about 20 years after the American Revolution, and just kind of a collection of recipes that were around at the time. And so one of the recipes was this. So, split pea soup is one of the oldest known soups in the world, with roots going back to thousands of years. Peas were cultivated first around 7,000, 6,000 BC in the Middle East and Mediterranean area. And ancient Greeks and Romans ate pea porridge, which is like a thick boiled pea dish very similar to the one that I'm cooking right here. Street vendors sold hot pea soup as everyday food for the common people. And also back to what I was saying, pea soup was extremely common during the Middle Ages because peas were cheap, easy to dry and store, and high in protein, and also easy to cook for large groups. It was considered the poor man's food, but everybody ate it, from the commoner all the way up to the king, especially in colder climates. And from what I tasted, it definitely fits that. It's spread all throughout Northern Europe and other parts of Europe as well. And eventually, through the colonists, they ended up in North America. European migrants brought pea soup to the U.S. and Canada. It became a popular in pioneer and military diets because dried peas were easy to transport and didn't spoil. The United States Navy and Army historically served pea soup regularly because it was inexpensive and good for nutrition. French Canadians developed Habanette pea soup made with yellow peas and ham. Because peas are very cheap, nutritious, had a long shelf life, and were easy to cook for large quantities, as are remained popular for many years, all the way up until like about 50 years recently. But still, to this day, you could still find pea soup anywhere else. So for the ingredients that I was able to find and to use for this recipe were split peas, which you could get at Walmart, which they already come like in a pack and they're already all split, kind of like a bag of rice. And then also carrots, which I've peeled and chopped, and then also onions, which I sliced up too. Fairly easy to get the ingredients. I mean, that's just from what I could find. It's not 100% accurate to the book, just because some ingredients weren't able to be found, or just I'm running out of time, to be completely honest. But pretty easy to make. You can make it at home. And here it is right now. Pretty good stuff. And then here it is, the finished after over an hour of just simmering. Set until creamy. I was just really pressed for time right here. But it was about an hour, and it looks kind of mushy. It reminds me of like the British mushy peas. Which I think that's where the colonial version kind of stems from. So here's me serving it up. Really nice stuff. It's really nice and hot. I used broth instead of the water, which added a lot of good flavor. I recommend that. And then so here's me trying it. It was nice, warm, really good. The flavorings that I put in were really nice. And that is how you make split pea soup from American Cookery.